And welcome back to another episode of 12 Bar Tuesday. I am your host, TJ Percell, Mr. Percell. All of the above. We don't really do the whole intro on the 12 Bar Tuesday. We just kind of jump right in it. Um, for those who are kind of new to this, instead of normally I'll do 12 Bar Tuesday. By the way, shout out. We're actually doing 12 Bar Tuesday on Tuesday. So there's that. So that's a win for the program. For those who aren't used to what we do here for 12 Bar Tuesday, normally every week ish, I'll just kind of write 12 bars about kind of what's on my mind at the time, put together craft some schemes, write some rhymes, and just kind of really work on the pen game. Over the last few weeks, I have not done any new material. I've kind of gone over previous material, wanted to dissect the 12 bars, kind of give you a glimpse inside the mind of what I was thinking at the time, how I put together rhymes, what they mean, and if there's any other information in between. And so this week is a special one for me because this is probably the quickest 12 Bar Tuesday that I came up with. As this was the one where right after I finished my first book, and this is the promo 12 Bar Tuesday for I'm not an expert, I'm just good at what I do. Proven classroom strategies to assist in teaching, parenting, and other leadership roles. This is the first book that I wrote just under 2 years ago, uh, just to kind of really put into paper everything that I've done teaching wise and how I've had success as a teacher in many different locations with many different types of students and kind of the steps that I've taken to get there. And not only is that good for teaching, but it's also good for your workplace, parenting, and other leadership strategies. So feel free, go buy that, go check that out. Still tell a friend, tell a friend. It reads well over time. And so share it with your teacher friends, share it with your education friends. Any questions, feel free to contact me. And so that's what this 12 Bar Tuesday is. Before we start, I did want to give a shout out to a fellow local business owner. If I ever did need to do some exterior cleaning on my house, shared partnership for this episode is by Waterworks Exterior Cleaning, specializing in pressure washing, soft washing, roof cleaning, and gutter cleanouts. Check out their Facebook page, Waterworks Exterior Cleaning. Check out their website, waterworks850.com. Client growth specialist owner Brad Williams. He's a real good friend of mine, so give him a shout out. And once again, that is Waterworks Exterior Cleaning. So shout them out because we at the Percell Project, we try to give the people what they want. And so, without further ado, let us get to the bars. Once again, I'll play a couple, I'll dissect kind of my mindset at the time, and then we'll get to the 12, and hopefully it's a good learning, good informational thing, so you know how I write rhymes, how I create bars, how I craft lyrics. So maybe if you want to, you have some ideas. So let us jump right into it with the first couple of bars. Yes, it's true. I wrote a book. I hope I made Nan proud. I did this to share my story, not turn this into a cash cow. Too many times I can count. I should be able to understand how, whenever you do something good, someone's always going to want a handout. And so, yes, it is true. I did write a book. Um, I had a thought to always write something. My grandmother, when I said I hope I made Nan proud, Nan is my grandmother who very skilled poet in her own right. She's kind of she's the matriarch of our family, and she uh, led other. I'll probably say most of my cousins who engage in writing. They all got it from her. She wrote. She educated us on. Um, my dog is very excited. She educated us on language and just rhyming and crossword puzzles and all of that. And so I've always wanted to write a book, and I just never knew what I could write about. And then I wrote about teaching, and so that's what it is. When you say you're going to do something, there's always going to be people in your corner, but not everybody in your corner wants to see you succeed. Some people in your corner just want the first view of when you fail. And so I set my mind out to write a book, whether it sold one copy or 1,000 copies or more. I just wanted to have a finished product, and so with the support system that I have, they gave me the motivation, the strength to write a book. So that's where that first one is. It is true. I did write a book. I hope I made Nan proud. I wrote this book to share my story, not turn this to a cash cow. So that's, once again, I wrote this book kind of like everything we do here at the Percell Project. We do things not to the sole reason of being financially secure from it, because, well, not really gonna happen. But we do this to share our stories so other people can, experience what we've experienced. We can help people through our stories, and so that was the purpose of this. Not to turn this to a cash cow. And then too many times I can count, I should be able to understand how whenever you do something good, someone's always going to want a handout. And that's the people, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's people who are only your friends because you give them something. Um, Instead of supporting the project, whatever you choose to do, and, going to just buy something to support, there's always going to be people who want stuff for free. And sadly, when I said I wrote this book, I did have people wanting a free copy, and I was like, no, that's not, no, I'm not just going to give you something free because you asked for it. Support us. That's you know, just like anything else, you support them, and so that's where that came from. If you want to support me and my family, go buy a copy. Otherwise, stay out of my mentions. Go find a hobby. I'm back on my bull crap. Mike and Scotty, still humble. Don't worry that I might get cocky. So, same thing as I just said. If you want to support me and my family, go buy a copy. You still can. Still up. Love it. Buy 10. Burn them. Cool. As long as you buy 10, cool with that. Otherwise, stay out of my mentions. Go find a different hobby. Especially in this social media thing, people, they're stuck at home during the pandemic. They're just looking for something to do. So then they troll people, they find people, they go in their mentions, they just leave comments and don't really have any substance behind it. They just want to start stuff. And so I'm just saying, go find a different hobby. I'm back on my bullcrap, Mike and Scotty. If you're follow a lot of battle rap, you've probably heard that metaphor before. Um, Mike and Scotty, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, both played on the Bulls. So I'm back on my bull crap, Mike and Scotty. Still humble. Don't worry that I might get cocky. And, that is, even though it's part of a gimmick, it's part of a persona, I still want to, my foundation is we are humble, because the good Lord humbles us when we're not being humble. And so, just, I'm still humble. No, I'm not going to get cocky just because I wrote a book. Um, Happiness is the function of realistic expectations. And, writing a book, I'm not just as. We're still renting. I'll just say it that way. So, with that being said, let's go to the last four. Oh, look, he does antics. Must love madness. You can never see me. I'm way above average. Okay, so I said last four, but let's do the last two. So, when I taught, one of the things that people did not, I guess, appreciate is I would do a lot of anticky things. Whether I was coaching and people were telling me to stop being anticky because I wasn't following the vision that they had of me, I could only be me. And that's to be entertaining, but that's also to deliver a message in a way that people will hear it. And so that's a, oh look, he does antics. He must love madness. Those people can never see me because I'm way above average. That's a school bar. Since this is about school, those people can never see me, so they can never be a C. A C is the average grade. I'm way above average. And so the skills that I have, the blessings that I've had from God above, they're above average. And so those people can never see me. I'm way above average. And so, yeah, the antics that I used still work to this day. So that's a school bar, a tiny dive. You can see the rest on Kindle or paperback on Amazon for $14.95. And that's just the last two bars, just once again to end. I want to end on the plug. That's a school bar. It's just a tiny portion of what I write about. If you want to see the rest, it's gonna cost you $14.95. But out of that $14.95, I think it's very reasonably priced. I did discuss it with um, the people closest to me as far as, do you think this is good? We're not trying to overcharge. We're not trying to make money off of people. Just trying to earn a little bit for hard work, because this was a probably a year and a half, 2 year project that, 1.5 to 2 year project that goes back over, at the time I wrote it, 15 years worth of being in education, and trying to go and relive all of those memories. What worked, what did not work, and trying to frame all of that into a usable, consumable product for you, the end user, because I want this book to help. I If I didn't have good feedback from students, if I didn't have good relationships with students, faculty, with staff over the time in education, I would not have written this book, because it would not have been helpful. But the feedback from all of you, who said so many nice things over the years, I wanted to give back and kind of just let people in on the process of how I taught, why I did certain things, why I did antics, why I did different activities, where that foundation comes from. And so that's just a little insight. Go buy it on Amazon, different options for $14.95. And so, with that being said, I'm just gonna leave this right here. Get this back so I can get the marketing of the new merch back up. But just check it out. If you've already bought the book, feel free, leave a comment, email. I love to post comments of feedback of people, because I want the people to know that it's not just me saying these things. It's the words of all of you. And so, if you have not gotten a copy yet, shame on you. But they make great presents. Once again, it does not matter, elementary, middle, high school, college. It's applicable for everything. And there's also a special little excerpt that gets you a little deeper into why I think the way that I think as far as it comes to public schooling and teaching. So, with that being said, thank you all. Once again, thank you to Waterworks Exterior Cleaning. Go check them out if you have um, any roof cleaning, gutter clean outs, pressure washing, soft washing needs. Um, Check them out. Check out the book. It might still be $14.95. Amazon changes prices. It might be less. I don't know, but definitely go check it out. I think it's very worth it. Unbiasedly speaking, and with that being said, that is another episode of 12 Bar Tuesday Behind the Bars. Don't worry, still got bars though plenty. Plan on coming out later this week with a pod. Kind of going in depth over my last couple weeks. Um, just kind of going behind the curtain, if you will. So there's your teaser. Anyway, thank you for listening. Have a good night and listen, enjoy, share.